Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. Can't speak. For the main part of the read, I have the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Apparently I need to sip a coffee because my face is not working. Okay, already shuffled. I got a lot of energy coming in. I got a lot of energy. Okay, what's going on here? This is like the start. Okay. I feel like there's 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, what are you doing with that, Libra? You got some good energy here. No, they're like, nope, that's enough. Just 2. You got some really good energy here. You might have a hold your ground moment coming up. I think that's good. Let's get a little farther down to be sure. Coming into this situation, I feel like there's a bad moment here with someone else. They've got this card, which is the Knight of Wands. Someone is like, I feel it's almost like they fell into this hole or something, and like I feel like somebody's going through some issues. Somebody's having a problem. Ironically, I feel like getting out of the hole seems to be more of the issue. Like they know, like, are they really realizing they're in it? That's the problem. That's how it seems to start. Like, you're questioning. I feel like you're looking at this person questioning, like, do you know how bad of that situation it is? Like, do you realize how rough that is? You have these 3 cards. You have 8 of Swords, Tower, and the Page of Wands. Now, I feel like the Tower card for you in this situation is kind of like, oh boy. Like, do you know what type of issue you're having? Do you know what trouble you're really into? Not you, but the person you're looking at. And the 8 of Swords is kind of like you desperately want to help this person, but you're like, I'm not sure what I can do that won't make this worse. I'm not about making this worse, and I'm not sure what to do about that. And then the final card, the Page of Wands, is kind of like you're helping and you're supporting where you can. It's one of those tricky situations, kind of like, I want to help, but I feel like every step forward I take makes it a little worse. I'm not about that. So I feel like you're working with other people, and you're trying to, like, it's almost like you have to work through other people. Like, do they know how bad this is? Do you see how bad this is? Because where I'm standing, where I'm sitting, this looks pretty, this is not good. This looks like it could go worse. We don't want this to go worse. Do other people see this? Do y'all see this? There's a little stress with that. The 8 of Swords is making me feel like you're not convinced that people are hearing you. You're like, I'm trying to make a point here. I'm not sure people are hearing me. From where I'm standing, though, this doesn't look good, and I'm worried that it's going to get worse. You are doing your part to help. You got the 6 of Pentacles. You're trying to help. I just feel like every step is like walking on ice. Like, I don't want to make this worse. And you're questioning if this person really knows how bad it is and that it could get worse rather than better if they're not careful. So this is what you're starting with. Okay, so this keeps going forward. Now, you do what you can to push the information forward. You do what you can to try to give people the heads up. It seems like this is a lot on other people, but your efforts are, I want to say your efforts are rewarded, like you're being heard. You got these 3 cards in the environment. Ace of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the Page of Swords. There's a lot of sword energy, but the 3 of Wands makes me feel like somebody's taking action. There's communication and action taking place here. Somebody's moving forward. They're moving forward with what they think they need to do. It feels like a community effort here. People coming together, do this, do that. You're trying to help. Your energy is the 7 of Wands. Your efforts are being rewarded, but it's like, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's success, but it's success and it's a struggle. It's not like the 10 of Wands, but it's kind of like, not like it's extremely stressful, but it's just kind of like you have to keep your eye on things. You have to keep connected to things. You have to kind of put in the effort. Like, not so much like you're worried what this person's going to do or what that person's going to do, but it's kind of like, all right, I got to see this person today and make sure they're on point. I have to go over there and see what they're doing. And based on what they tell me, I might have to go over here, make sure they're on point. Like, you got to put in that type of effort. You're not like freaking out, not like that, but just kind of like you have to keep moving here. What are you doing? Okay, that's good. Let me go over here. Okay, but by the way, did you know? Yeah, do it this way. I think that way's better. Okay, let's go over here. You're very active in the situation. That's what I want to say. You have to keep active in the situation to keep it going. Something is coming forward. It is working. You are communicating and doing what you need to do. And like, you're connecting into this with the Knight of Swords. Communication is coming back towards you. You have to keep active in it. I think that's the word I want to say. You have to keep active to keep it going on the up and up and keeping it going well. This Ace of Swords is making me feel like what's happening here is really going to stay. It's going to make things move forward. It also makes me feel like there's only so much you can do. Whoever's a part of this situation that you're worried about, they're going to have to own it. Whatever they do, it's on them. They're going to have to do it. They're going to have to own it. They're going to have to make their own decisions. Because of that, I do feel like they're putting their own flavor to it. You know what I mean? Their own spin, their own color, however that goes. I think I've said this before today. Feels like I have. But that's okay. That is really okay. Let them do that because they're going to have to own the results. So they're basically following your sketched outline, but they're putting in their own color and flavor and spin to it. That is okay. That's good because they're going to have to own it. It's going better. I also feel like this kind of relieves you from some of the responsibility, kind of like I did the best I could. They're doing what they need to do, so that you don't really have to over-own any of it. It's kind of like you're saying what you're seeing, you're trying to help best you can, but it's on them what they choose, and you realize that, and that's good. Now, the work is coming forward. Whatever it is trying to get this person out of this situation, I do feel like that's going better. Things are actually going to head... This person where you were worried, like, is this really going to get better? Because I'm worried about this. The final outcome, not to ruin it for you, is the Ten of Cups. So it is going to go into a good place. It's going to take some time to really get here. It's going to take a bit of work to really get here, but it will get here. I am getting that, like, there's a lot coming through. It's a long haul situation. That you got the Three of Pentacles. In the environment is the extreme. A lot of work. You're helping where you can. But there's a lot of work, and there's a lot of people, like, it's almost like trying to, like, cram for a test. It's like there's a 3-month course, and you're trying to learn it in a week. Like, that's a lot. But there's a lot of that going on here, with, like, a lot of extreme effort at once, a lot of procrastination that's all coming together at one point. A lot of effort is coming in. You're trying to help, but I also feel like there's only so much you can do when it actually takes form. Again, it's on the person choosing what they want to do. You got fruition with the Hanged Man on your side, kind of like you've done the best you could. You're supportive here and there. You're doing what you can here and there, but the majority of that energy, like, it's really kind of like on the person choosing it. There's the other person who had to get out of the situation. The other person who was stuck in this situation actively has to get themselves out of it. They're doing the work to do so. They're having to make their own plan. They're having to make their own decision. You're still guiding where you can. You're still giving your 2 cents where you can. It will work out. They're saying it's going to feel weird. It's going to be one of those things where it's kind of like it's going well, it's going not, it's going well, it's going, I don't know. It will work out in the long run. This person owning it, they need to own it. Because if they don't own it, it's not going to stabilize. If they don't own it, it'll be good for a while, then it'll plunk right back into the place it was. So they have to make their mistakes. They have to do what they have to do to learn to do the best thing for them. It's going to get good. It is going to get good. It's just, it might take a while to really get there. They're saying there's a couple times where you're not going to be able to really stop them from kind of backsliding a little bit, but they shouldn't backslide that far. It'll be okay. So I feel like that's what this reading is about, saying, you know, you're doing the best you can. Your efforts are going to see a reward from it. They are going to backslide here and there, but don't get too stressed. You're going to have to let them learn on their own. They shouldn't backslide all that far before they go, oh, okay, this isn't going to work. Let me get back on track. Things are going to come out. Like they're saying, it will work out. It will be okay. It just seems like it might give you a little agita here and there, like, oh, here we go again. Oh, they caught themselves good. Here we go. Oh, here we go again. Okay, they're going again. Like, it's going to be a little unnerving at times for you, but this will work out, is what they're saying. And I think we're good. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. I apologize for the glare. I'm like radioactively glowing here. Thank you for watching, though. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.